What's your perspective on how corporate clients can intelligently, stress that word, manage their contracts going forward?
It's funny just listening to that discussion there. To me, a lot of the value leakage question, I think, is largely unargued. I think the magnitude will vary from company to company, but the whole principle is getting down to some simple basics, which is, as we're discussing there, the deals are negotiated and then the legal language is written, and the question then is, how do you transform it back again from the legal language into the obligations and the content that can then be managed by the various different teams and departments. And I think ultimately that intelligently managing the contracts comes back to that basic footprint, that if you don't understand and have a method and mechanism, whether that's 100% manual or it's got AI, machine learning or whatever involved in it, if you don't address that foundation of having a process to review the agreements and to get the structured data out, then you're only really going to be nibbling the edges of the value leakage problem. And so I think to really intelligently manage those contracts and to stop the repetition across the various teams as they sort of process the contracts into their various business systems, then you're always just going to be nibbling around the edges. Each team will be buying their own tools, they'll be buying independent technology. You'll have some great looking dashboards that demo really well, but the reality is, or word plugins that just aren't practical and can't be used. So to me, that sort of intelligent management is the journey to start of how do you centralize the review of the contracts so you can get the data out. And obviously the investment that's required in that really depends on how much you believe the potential leakage is worth to the company as a whole. So I certainly think the market has evolved. I think that intelligent management is the right combination between where AI, machine learning has developed to. It means that a lot of what would traditionally have been considered hugely manual process can now be part automated. But and that saves teams a huge amount of time and creates the structured information that will let you get after that value leakage. So for me, Joel, that's the main basis that intelligently managing contracts is definitely viable, but making sure we're getting after that foundation is probably the heart of the strategy, so that you can then bolt into all that sort of whole landscape of different technology that you see for the different teams are using, because you're never changing and standardizing that team onto a single approach.